A good afternoon, G-Force. G is for gratitude. I got to get this template off here. There we go. Tom Ginn here. G is for gratitude. Gratitude powers everything. It is an amazing concept when you really study it, apply it, put it in your life. Make it the first thing that you do in the morning, being grateful that you have another day, another moment, because this moment is the most important moment you have in your life. And no matter what's going around you, whether it's circumstances that are out of your control, losses that we may have, disappointments, hurts, all those things, when we go to a space of gratitude, keep in mind, your mind cannot hold more than one thought at a time. And you have a decision what thought you hold, either a negative thought or a positive thought. And in my coaching, that's what I teach, is how to understand your first thoughts and then how to reframe it, no matter what the circumstance is. So gratitude eliminates negativity, gives you hope, new perspective. When you're challenged, it doesn't cause the challenge to go away, but it gives you a different way to look at it from a different set of lenses. And because no matter what happens, we can always take something good away from any situation. And from the past, we can look at the good in everybody. Now, there's every individual. We are all made in one image. And when we look at somebody else, who do we see? Who do we see? And you come from a space of gratitude. That person you see isn't Joe Smith that you're looking at, or Mary Jones, or whatever. You're really looking through the eyes and seeing yourself, because you're a child of God. When we look at other people, we are looking at ourselves, and be grateful for that, because everybody is made in that image. So I just thought I would share that today, because gratitude goes beyond just say, I'm so grateful that I had a great conversation this morning with a person out in Spokane. But why? What did I come away with? What did I leave? Did I serve? Did I leave that person in a better place? Did they leave me in a better place? And most certainly they did. So it changes everything when we move to a space of gratitude. So today we're going to just be wrapping up in this book, Start With Your Why. Simon Sinek. We're wrapping up the principles in chapter 3, and where you could still be building off of what Apple has done. And that's a great model to understand how to position your why the way Apple has done. They've never deviated from their why statement, and their competitors have. And I'll cover some of those points. But I just want to kick off the show today with, rolling out my corporate sponsor. Let me get that up. Cellular Health from the Inside Out, ASEA. And I'm just going to play a quick little video here, because I did ask everybody, I think this is going to be my exit video. And anybody wants to make a comment, say yes, no, drop a 1, make a comment, whatever the case may be. Let me get to that video. This is going to be on my intro to the ASEA, my corporate sponsor, because this glass because that illustrates what's in this bottle. What's in this bottle? And that's an amazing molecules. We'll cover that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will be doing some teaching around this science, what it's doing for people's health. It's not another deal. It's not a vitamin, mineral, potion, juice, berry, essential oil or CBD. It's the essence of life. 3 Nobel Prizes behind it. I've aligned myself with this company as my corporate sponsor, my corporate message, because no matter what else we have in our life going on, the most valuable asset that we have is time and our health. Without either one of them, everything else is fruitless. See, we're only given so much time in a day. We do not know what the next moment. So how we work with that right now and our health. There's a lot of research out there. When you peel off all the onions, people start saying the number one concern is their mortality, their health. As we age, from our 20s into our 30s, we start seeing things change a little bit. We're not as strong or as fast, or as we start aching and creaking and all those things. We start seeing different conditions start popping up, and we start getting concerned. And unfortunately, the Western medical industry does a great job of fixing things, but not offering health. And so redox molecules, I'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays teaching that. They're going to be at different times during the day. So just turn on your notifications to get that information. It's a very significant thing. And it changed my why and the things I do. All things I do is my why, bringing value, bringing information that can radically change somebody's life forever. From my financial coaching to my personal development coaching, helping people better understand the outcomes they get are directly related to their thinking. And if they can change that, you're improving people's lives. And then health. And I had that wake-up call here a little over a month ago when I lost a colleague, and I didn't share this information. It's not another deal. Could have made a difference. I don't know whether you've accepted the information, just like today I'm sharing this information. I have no control of whether you accept it or reject it. All I can do is be a messenger and lead the horse to the water, and hopefully I'm salting the oats along the way. But Tom passed. He had diabetes 1, very, very ill man for most of his life. And what I knew about this technology and what it's doing in the medical industry, and I didn't share it. And I have regrets because of that. Like I said, I don't know whether he would have said, "Hey, Tom, now I'm not interested," or let me look at it. Don't know if he would have used it, and I don't know if there would have been any benefit. But what I know, it couldn't have hurt. So what are you willing to do? What's your why? What's your why? It's got to be more than, I want more vacations, more free time. I want a bigger house. I want to be more successful. Why do you want all that? What are you going to contribute to the world in your why? So I've taken on ASEA as my corporate sponsor. There it is up in the corner. Cellular health from the inside out. And power, your life, everything's powered by in our cellular by redox molecules. And hey, thanks for jumping on, watching Dave. Drop a 1 if you're seeing us for the first time. Drop a 2 if you've been here before. Make a comment as we go through this. We're going to wrap up lesson 3. Lesson 1, or chapter 1 in this book, really talked about how we have misconceptions, preconceived ideas of how we should communicate, who we are, our identity. And on an individual basis and in business, you got to tear all that down and really get clear of what the real identity is, the why and the purpose. So that was in the first chapter. We operate from a place of misconception. And then when we're in business or whether we're in real life, we're worried about what other people are going to think or what they're going to say, how they're going to respond or react. Is my product competitive? Do I have to drop my price? And a lot of things that get in the way of crafting your why, your mission. Excuses that I would call those. Because when you move in those spaces, you're just really becoming a commodity, another human being, just another person walking down the street, another product, a commodity. And then in chapter 3, we talked a little bit about how Apple created their vision. And I'm going to read that again, because this is how most people start telling what they do and how they do it, put all the credentials behind it, all their experience. And guess what? People don't care. Bottom line, they really care about why you do what you do. Then the what you do and how you do it, as you build that why, that emotional attachment, then you're just bringing in and show them you have a solution to the problem that they have. But we hear this all the time when you go to a network meeting. Oh, I'm a CPA, or I'm a financial planner, I'm a coach, and I do this and I do that. And they never talk about why they do what they do. What's your differentiation? I crafted mine. I think I'll play mine again at another time, so you can see how I really got mine down to an emotional appeal. Matter of fact, today I had a call that somebody saw my why on LinkedIn, and we had over an hour conversation, and she's seeking guidance, and because we related the why. I separated myself from every other coach out there and related to her. And that would be my ideal client. Yeah, I want to help everybody, but in reality, I can only help those who want to help themselves, that vibrate or resonate with me. So I'm going to go back and just share with you. Ask yourself, is this how you position you and your business or your company? We make computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. You want to buy one? That's how most people communicate what they do. You can change that from computer to coach to a CPA to mechanic to you name it, minister, pastor, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. And we look at Apple, one of the most successful companies that has ever been created. And what's their differentiation? You know what? In the beginning days, they didn't have the best computers. How did they build to be the dominant device sales company in the world? Computers, phones, tablets, all those things. And they still today, they're always striving to differentiate themselves. So, and this is their mission statement. This is their why statement, not a mission, a why statement. And ask yourself, which one do you resonate with? Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. Does that draw you in? Does it keep your attention? The way we challenge the status quo is by making products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. There's no description what it is, but that is what they have put out there in their marketing. We just happen to make computers. And then would you want to buy one? It's the why that drew it in, and they've maintained that. Other companies try to craft their whys, but they fall back to the corporate structure, what, how, credentials, experience, all those things. And they're important, but if they put on the front end, you're not drawing a loyalty or a following that why people are going to buy their product. And a lot of these companies are nothing more than commodities today. Nothing more than commodity. Whether it be an IBM, an HP, whether it be a Lenovo or any of the others, a cell phone, what, an Apple's designate itself as totally different based on what's the difference between a Samsung and a Nokia? None. What's the difference between an Apple and a Samsung? Really nothing. So why do people buy it? Because it's beautifully designed, user-friendly, easy to use. We change how we look at things. You want to be part of this? We think differently. They draw that person that wants to think differently, respond differently. And their product that they use reinforces they bought the why. They've bought the why, not the device. And so this whole chapter, I encourage you to get the book and study it because it draws some parallels. I'm here in Wisconsin, and dairy is the big industry here, making milk and cheese. Number one producer of milk and cheese in the country. Maybe California today might be a little bit above that, but you go from one dairy to another. Different types of cows produce different types of milk. There's a differentiation from a Holstein to, I don't know, all the different cows. I used to sell dairy supplies to some of these dairies when I was in industrial sales for a short time. There's a differentiation. Where the cows feed, what do they feed on, changes the flavor of milk. But the milk industry can't articulate why a Holstein milk is better than some other cow's milk. And there's a difference, more fat, whatever it creates the taste profiles. And what's happened is they put in as a commodity, all milk's the same. No, it's not. So they've lost it. Is your business, or are you a commodity? Are you lumped in with everybody else that does what you do? You become a commodity. There's no differentiation. Then commodities looked at what? Hey, does it work? Does it have a track record? Yeah. Does it solve a problem? Yes. What's the price? Commodities become price focused. Are you positioning yourself in your business about price focused? It's all about the price. Or are you really bringing value? And when you bring value, you can articulate your why. Money doesn't become the issue for the consumer. The people today are looking for this Apple 13. I think it's version 13 that's coming out. They just got 12 last year, but they're willing to spend $2,000 to get the new and greatest thing because they made a switch on something. There's phones out there that have better cameras than Apple, but they upgraded their cameras. Oh, I got to have that. I'm not willing to go get an ABC brand. I'm going to keep mine. I'm going to upgrade. They've got a following. They've got a cult-like, and talk to anybody that uses them. I was on, you can't ever get me off of an Apple. That Apple's the only way to go. Almost to a point where they will fight you over it. Okay? So ask yourself, what are you doing in your business? Are you really separating yourself from the why? From the why. And Apple was founded in the early 70s, and they've maintained that, and they've built one of the biggest, most successful companies ever created. Apple Computer. On the why. They stayed on point. They never deviated. A lot of other companies started seeing the why, but then he fell back to the corporate, the what and how and all that. And many of them today they're just nothing more than commodities in that industry. Commodities. Are you a commodity? Do you bring more why to the table than what and how you do it. See, those companies lost their clear why statement, and they fell back into what everybody else is doing out there. And the most successful companies, when we see the marketing and think that their taglines and what they do, just like ASEA they did a lot of research, and what is their tagline that describes their why? And here's one. I'll just bring that up. Where is that? Their corporate tagline is "We power potential." We power potential. And what does that mean? Well, they power potential in the vendors they use, their employees, the consumer, the field force. Their message is consistent in how they relate with every entity. We power potential. And then I sat in a meeting down in Tennessee, and they went through that entire process of how they came up with that. And all major corporations, there's a reason besides the tagline, because it sounds, what do you call it? Rhythmic or cute or whatever you want to say. A true tagline goes beyond just on the product side. How does that resonate through the entire culture of their business or doing business with their vendors? And they have that what they call ethos built into their culture. What culture are you creating? How are you communicating? And those that have a clear understanding of the why never have to worry about competition. They learn to adapt. They understand trends. They go after them, but they never deviate their why, because their why is it transcends everything in the marketplace. And Apple's done it probably better than any. Start your why in everything you do. Like last night, I did a presentation to a small group last night. And I could have started out like most people give presentations of about the company, what they do, how they do it, and all that type of stuff. But I started out with my why. What I'm going to be sharing with you today is really important. And I shared my story about Tom, and that I had information that could have made a difference in life, and that's my why. Tonight, I told the audience, whether you accept or reject it, I really don't have a lot of control in that. But I know this: I don't want to die with regrets, because I know I have something can benefit you. I can definitely benefit you somewhere in your health because of the technology and the science. It's not another product. So guess what happened? That entire presentation, they were sitting on the edge of their seat. Because I could have done it like any other presentation, and maybe they would have been on the edge of the seat, but more than likely not, because I've done hundreds of presentations. Matter of fact, thousands, tens of thousands. If I'd have known what I know today, my sales career would have been a whole lot different. All my businesses would have been a whole lot different. Start with why in everything you say and do. That goes beyond just business. It becomes the essence of who you are. So I encourage anybody that's out there wondering where they're going to start with that, you can reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you establish a foundation of creating that. I got an entire program that takes this and even goes deeper. Things I've learned from Bob Proctor and some other great thought leaders in the world, and incorporated in my life. And then I teach those same principles. So many times people say, I don't don't need a coach. I can't afford a coach, or all the excuses. When we look at the most successful people, they have mentors and coaches. And many times people get coaching, mentors, and consultants thinking they're all the same. They're all different. I ask people all the time, have you ever had any coaching? Oh, yeah, in my business, I've had somebody come and coach me on processes. That's not a coach. That's a consultant. A mentor is somebody that has been down the path and can guide you through the processes. A mentor. Don't go down this path. Follow me. I've been there. Don't make this mistake. But a coach, a true coach, really goes deeper than that. They draw out of you your greatest potential, the things that you don't see. They push you further than you thought you could push yourself. Create a discipline. Help you create the vision and why. And when you get that done, nothing's going to stop you. Your business will flourish. Your relationships will change. Your children will become better. Everybody around you becomes better when you improve. So anybody that would like to reach out to me, you can reach out to me through my corporate sponsor link. My calendar's in there. They'll give you a good insight of what ASEA and redox molecules are and why you should look at it. I can't make any medical claims or anything like that because of the Federal Drug Administration, but there's some parallel things that we can tell you what it does. Okay. And again, you can contact me through Linktree. Reach out to me. So this is my second day with my corporate sponsor. My corporate sponsor. We are being powered by ASEA. Being powered by ASEA. So with that all said, tag and share, push this out. We'll dive into a couple of these other chapters. I've outlined a few that I think are relevant to helping you get foundationally settle in why to create one. And I've been in the coaching business, and when I talk to other people in business, no matter what circle they're in, less than 5% can articulate their why. Even some of the people that we see in these live streams and masterminds and all that, only about 5% of them can really articulate their why. And that's why they're at the top of their industry. See, listen to them. What is their why? Or are they just talking about what they do and how they do it and all their credentials and how many more benefits and features their product has than their competitors? Is it price sensitive, or are you a commodity? If you really want to dominate anything in your business, don't become a commodity. Don't have a commodity thinker. Because if you bring value, money no longer becomes the issue. No longer becomes the issue because they will buy it because you bring value. They know why you do what you do. You know you got their back. You're giving them your heart and soul. And most people, and put me in this category, have always operated in business on a transactional communication. When I started shifting and moving to the why and my purpose, I've got more business than I've ever had before. Not because I'm the smartest guy or the most talented guy, the most articulate. You can hear me stumble over my tongue all the time. But I do resonate with my ideal client. That makes my business really easy because we're at a common place, and I can always tell people, I can get you to where I'm at. I can get you to where I'm at. And as I grow, I'll bring you with me. If you want to go faster than I'm growing, I encourage it, and go find somebody else who can take you to the mountaintop in a straight line. but that's never going to happen either. We do have challenges. We do have avalanches that come on our way when we're trying to get to the top of the mountain. So with that all said, it is with gratitude. Get the book. Be grateful. When you incorporate some very specific elements in how you operate in this world, life becomes easier. I didn't say easy, easier. As Dr. Miles Monroe says, when your vision is clear, it makes life easy. You know what to bring into your life to support that vision. You know what to throw out or deflect. My life is easy. People say, how do you do 5 things? Well, they're not 5 things. There's one thing. It's my why. I just shift lanes as I can serve somebody in a different area. Hey, you're struggling with money. I'd be glad to help you with that. Because the results you're getting has nothing to do with the processes. We all know how to win with money. Very simple. And only 5% of the American people understand they have a strong relationship with money. And everybody else struggles. There isn't any reason in this country that, I'm here getting into my financial coaching a little bit, that less than 3.5% of the American people have a net worth over $1 million. And $1 million is not a lot of money. I guarantee you. It won't last long when you get 65 and may have health issues and may have to use those resources to take care of your health issue. $1 million and go away overnight. Sounds like a lot of money, but only 3.5% of the American have a net worth of $1 million or more. No reason why not. Everybody should. If you want to know how to do that, I can show you many different ways how to create a net worth of $1 million or more in a very short period of time. So with that all said, have a great day. God bless everybody. Gratitude changes everything. Make this the best day of your life.